You point your gaze towards the endless, unmoving desert. It's calm in the distance. But not so much right here, as the machine-hating woman keeps hitting it violently. The machine-hating woman. Well, it's better than a, man-hating woman. Yeah, alright, everybody, welcome to the Indie Showcase with the Birdman. I said Birdman. This right here is a little immersive narrative RPG by the name of Rue Valley. Now, one would be remiss not to see the Disco Elysium influence on this bad boy here. And if, like me, you rue the fact there never will be a sequel to that, then this here might be the next best thing. You see, in Rue Valley, much of your character's personality is yours to craft as you will, and these traits will determine how you tackle obstacles and how you develop as a person. Whereas you'll be dealing with many of the inhabitants of Rue Valley, along with their secrets. No obstacle will seemingly be as big as the time loop you find yourself stuck in. I'm talking some Edge of Tomorrow looping here. How you develop yourself and unwrap your own mystery will coincide with the anomaly behind this looping. That said, shout out to Owlcat Games, which, you might be familiar with if you played a little game by the name of, Warhammer Rogue Trader, I'm just saying, for making this video possible. If you enjoy what you see of Rue Valley here today, check out the link in the description down below to wishlist and join the open alpha test currently on Steam. Alright everybody, that's said and done, let's get to it here. So the first thing we gotta do is obviously craft this very complicated character of ours. Now I'm gonna try to actually aim to make them, kind of close to what I am, based on what I'm seeing the options over here. Now, we do have these points down here to distribute, obviously, right? So I'm gonna just really quickly just kind of go by them so you can see some of the things there. You might have to obviously pause to take a little quick perusal, but there's a lot of them and I want to get into the gameplay here as soon as possible. And in terms of down here, well... I'm a very indifferent individual. Some might even say I'm unbothered, moisturized, happy, am I lame, focused, flourishing. Now, take note of our little 8 p.m. here that will hit pretty soon. Get familiar with this 8 p.m. You'll be seeing it quite a bit.
All right then, that's it for today. Through the door, you hear that sound again. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Alright. So you're thinking, in a therapy session, they're gonna give us a room. Anyway, am I being committed somewhere? No. We're actually at a hotel. I know, very odd. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
She acts like me in the mornings, Or, what am I talking about? I don't wake up in the morning. The afternoon I wake up. Could she be here for therapy as well? Unfortunately, our lack of motivation keeps us from speaking to her.
Yes, I'm sure. Giant donut sign.
Hey. You come closer in order to make eye contact, and after a few moments, she finally notices you, shrugs, and briefly gestures towards the phone, mouthing an apology. Well, the problem is that I'm unkind, so, I'm a little bit in a hurry.
Hi. Sorry for the wait. Let's get you into your room.
That's what I want to hear.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. I see you're confused by this.
I'm not confused by a key
You were
card.
expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
Maybe,
well,
but
we
that doesn't...
decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Yeah, okay, it was fantastic.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest. The guests just kept on losing their keys. It was...
Voy a matar a usted.
You know what this art style reminds me of? I forget the name of the game, but we Forsaken for Unforeseen Accidents, I think is what it was called. Like, even the character, lanky, tall, just kind of reminds me of the dude from, and that was another awesome point-and-click adventure game. But this gives me a vibe of that for some reason. And it's a good vibe, because that was a fantastic little game. So yeah, we're obviously having a therapy sessions here in Rue Valley Hotel with this therapist, and we're staying here, so it's a very interesting situation, which I'm kind of curious to see how it evolves down the line. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. It's a very sturdy bed. That was no given, that bed. You fall into the bed with all your weight. It croaks and squirms, and clouds of dust and skin particles rise up. Fantastic. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though tiredness overwhelms you, coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has strained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Let's go ahead and mess with her phone, since apparently I'm being blocked by impatience. I can't just close my eyes right now. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen. It is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Beautiful. What if I just leave? Huh? Check who's calling, answer the phone. You know what? Well, that's odd. What do we have here? Chatty receptionist. What kind of memories do we have of her? You're desperately trying to catch her attention. So this is kind of going over what already happened, but this kind of forms things down the line, which you'll soon see. You kind of go over your options, right? But then you get some information about them. A memory. The motel receptionist is a very talkative girl. And these memories are kind of important because, as I mentioned, we're going to be kind of in a loop here. So this information you gather in these memories will kind of help put the pieces together. And this kind of gives it like a bit of a Memento vibe as well, you know, where you're like writing like, you know, don't believe chatty receptionist lies. Unexpected call. Well, we rejected this call, so we don't have much information about this one. Someone called you from an unknown number. You decided not to answer the phone. What do I have over here? No, this is going to be the therapist, huh? Are we done? That's right, being rude really is the best way to get people off your back. If no one likes you, no one will bother you. Hey. There you go. That's one way to go through life. This is the girl that we lack total motivation to engage with her. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head is still spinning in a world of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up the curious smell of dust. And your throat is as dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. A little bit thirsty, though. Let's get up and get some water, huh? But now we have a added effect here. And focus. +1 to impulsiveness as well. See if we could find water. I mean, it's raining. We could just probably pop our mouth open and...
God damn it!
Oh. Furious laugh. Oh. He seems to be in a hurry, but unfortunately, I'm an unkind individual, so, he's just probably drunk. I mean, that's really what I would say. I mean, I live in SoCal. It's normally like, 75% of the times correct. Good thing he's driving through a desert. That lowers the risk of him hurting anyone but himself. That's true. When you look at it that way, it's true. Come to think of it, could it be that it's exactly what he's trying to do? Hurt himself? We're not thinking about that right now. I'm thirsty. Now, what about that vending machine, huh? You think that thing, the lady's still there? Oh, kicking at it? You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding. But it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you've ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here. We'll use our flat rate. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. It's pumping, but there's nothing to use this unwanted excessive adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of an empty parking lot. Well, we'll deal with that soon here, hopefully. Huh? Let's see what we got. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed comically large reddish button. Don't press the button? Reckless, press the comically large red button right now. You just have to.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. That's it? Yo! Water for free? Check the label on the reddish button? Nah. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Who's got time for reading? The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of its precious fluid. Go ahead here and have some water. The label on the bottle reads Coral Destiny.
Oh no, no!
We've lost the thirsty status. The almost freezing liquid streams down your throat, some of it spilling on your chin. In a gulp or two, your thirst is quenched and the bottle's empty plastic husk. And we're all good? Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away or hide. Get away from what? Try to hide it. But you can't hide from the whole sky on fire any better you can from your own past. We have picked up anxious apprehension. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. Well, we already have anxious apprehension we just picked up, so how do I let go of it? That's easy. Simply, let go of yourself. What kind of answer is that? Inner voice?
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
I'm more confused by why you're suddenly popping up in my mind. What I wasn't expecting is you, yeah. The receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. Squeeze your eyelids tighter. Well then, keep crying, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. Fine, I will. How dare you mock me, inner voice? Oh, hey. How about that?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
No, we're here again. It's almost like it's a time loop. I don't need therapy.
Well, Mr. Harrow, the court thinks that you do. I am simply doing my job, and we will need at least a few more sessions just to determine the severity of your case.
The court?
But I am aware of a slight lack of motivation on your part, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending weight. Did you hear that?
At all times, if possible.
Oh, you were talking? Just nod. Yep,
Good.
got it. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are.
No.
Oh, I wasn't checking, we failed. Luckily we still have flat. I'm fine. He doesn't even try to sound like he believes you. Oh.
Mr. Harrow, you are clearly under immense stress. You can continue lying to me or even to yourself about it, but long term it will only make things worse.
Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know the half of it, therapist.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
Fine.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes. Well, you know, it's a medical condition. I'd have you not pay attention to that, please.
Well then, just in case you have trouble adjusting to your new bed.
He's gonna purple pill us, huh? So now we have the old purple pill. See if we could find some water to drink that down with. Have a feeling. Oh yeah.
Out already.
Gee. Why am I so agitated all of a sudden? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago. But it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of fear of dread appeared out of nowhere. You point your gaze towards the endless, unmoving desert. It's calm in the distance. But not so much right here, as the machine-hating woman keeps hitting it violently. Machine-hating woman. Well, it's better than a, man-hating woman. Unfortunately, we are indeed out of time here with this one, but as I've mentioned, I'll have a link for you guys down below in the description. Check it out for yourselves. There's an open alpha test going on, so you can definitely check it out for yourselves. Play for yourselves. There's probably, I think, one or two more loops, if I'm correct. I did things very different this run around, too. I actually went to my bathroom to get water, and the water that was coming out, well, I don't want to spoil it for you. But let's just say it wasn't pleasant what happened. So this time I decided to go down and get water here, and actually got water, and I was able to remove the thirsty thing literally in one attempt, or at least one night. whereas I had Thirsty the entire time through with the off-camera run I did. So there's a lot of options, basically. Give you a heads up. Either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed. As I mentioned down below in the description, there'll be a link. Check it out for yourselves, wishlist, or download, or join the open alpha test for yourselves and see what you can uncover on your own. I'll catch you next time.